Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming to today's workshop, and I'm Ranran Chen, and I'm going to introduce and give a demo on high-performance computing module in CyberWater. First of all, in our module, we provide two ways to access HPC resource. The one is via SSH protocol to connect the HPC platform directly, and the other way is through the gateway. Let me give a brief definition here to explain what is a gateway. A gateway is a middleware to provide service of executing and monitoring distributing application from cluster to computational grade and cloud. And we construct our gateway based on our RADA framework. And I will show you the gateway interface while doing the demo. So far, we have a 4 academic HPC platform, including Bridges 2, GenString, Stevie 2 from Exit, and a Big Red 3 from IU Service. To configure the HPC program modules, user need to provide this information listed in this table, like the selection of platform, the credential for the platform you wanted to connect, and the model source used to conduct computation in HPC platform. And for the project configuration information, you also need to provide the name of project name, the user email so that you can receive a notification at the very beginning of the remote job and the end of the remote job. The estimated runtime, the estimated duration of the text you wanted to set, and some relative argument, and some like a file prefix, and whether your file is a point output, whether your file is a single time series, you need to give that information. Besides, user also need to name the output data set and give the column like the Daniel showed before. And there are also 3 ports you also need to connect, like the red list and WD path, which to pass the working directory to the HPC module and dataset class. And this is the HPC interface. User need to drag it from the module column and configure the port in this input column. And in this demo, I'm going to construct this workflow with French Creek Basin dataset and the week 4 computing model. The modules in the dash squared belongs to generic tool package. And just like Daniel showed before, the usage of the HPC module is to replace the raw module agent to uploading the data and executable program to the HPC platform, and then retrieve the result from the remote. And this is an example workflow with our commercial HPC platform, Google Cloud. And you can just simply click the job list of SSH platform and choose the Google Cloud, and you can access the Google Cloud. While executing the workflow, you can see the information of the resource and the programs of the high performance computing in the black window, the console. And HPC module received the result. It will set it to the next module, which is the MS show chart to plot the result like this chart. Okay, let's start our demo. The previous module construct for data preparation, Daniel has already shown you. So let me just jump directly to how to use the HPC module in CyberWater workflow. So first of all, get to the agent tool and the high performance computing tag and drag the HPC module and drop here. You can see there is a 3 input port you need to connect. The first one is red list. You need to connect the red list with the 3 previous module, which will pass a ready signal to HPC module. And the WD path from main generator and the dataset class also from main generator, which is parse the working directory path and the integrated dataset. After doing the connection, let's get to the input column to do some few things. First of all, you need to provide your credential for the high performance computing platform. And you need to type in your username here, and the password will be required during the execution of the workflow. And then because I wanted only to use two of the data set from the result file, one is the surface runoff and one is the base flow. Sorry. And the surface runoff is from the 5th column of the result file, and the base flow is from the 6th column. So give the number here. And then you can also choose your model source. You can just upload your executable program directly. And if you don't have executable program, you can also choose to upload the source code so that high performance computing platform will compile your source code first of all, and then run your executable program model. So for this demo, I just upload the executable program. And you need to choose which platform you wanted to select. Let's get started with the bridges to front exit and give it a last here to highlight which platform we are choosing and give some configuration in the project configuration column. You need to provide a project name like a CyberWater and give us your email address so that you can receive a notification if the job starts and when the jobs end. And you give us your estimated runtime, like 10 minutes, and some argument which is needed to run your model. So for this one, we are just using our global parameter file and give us result prefix like select this. And point output if it is a single time series, but for this demo it isn't, so don't check it. And if you have a different separator like a semicolon or commas, you can type in separator here. But because for this demo it's just the web space, so I don't type anything here. And the header line, if you wanted to skim how many lines in your result file, you can type in the number of the header line. Okay, so that is for the configuration of HPC module. And then in order to plot our result, we can use show chart here to show the result. Because we have a choosing two data set. One is for the surface runoff. So we can give its name and to highlight it, and give the unit is the millimeter per day. Okay, for this one is the base floor. The same things give the unit. Yeah, and the HPC will have a two output to parse the data set to the MSM show chart. The one is for the surface runoff, and this one is for the base floor. And after doing that, let's click the execute button, and it will ask for your password. Okay, and we can see some information from the black window, the resource. And you can see the resource information like how many nodes you have, how many CPUs, and how many memories. And there is when the job is submitted, and you can give your job ID and how's the job going on the HPC platform, like the status code. PD is short for pending, and R is for short for ready. And they say we need to wait for the 10 seconds. Okay, when the status is shown as a complete, the result chart is showing here. And let's go to the okay, and this is my Google email, and you can see you have already received a notification here, which is show the job began, and this one show the job has already completed. Okay, so that is the demo for the academic academic platform. Let's get to the commercial platform. Just simply change our platform and click the Google account. And also change the name here. It's very similar. And then click the execute button. Okay. And then get to the black window. And you can see there is the 3 nodes we have. But because right now we are just using one core, but in the future we were running our program in like a multiple core, and we will also provide the user an option to choose how many core they want to run their program in the future. And you can also see there's some like a time consumption information here, like how many time using to upload the data and how many times used to processing the data and downloading the data, because this data set is a very small. So if the data set is dramatically large, the uploading will be a big problem. So what we are doing right now is just try to make the data agent downloading the data directly in the high performance computing platform, so that will be a very time-saving feature of our workflow. Okay, so you can see the result chart is shown here. That is for the SSH direct connection way, and we can also use our gateway to do that things. Let's try to the platform selection and get to the gateway platform and select the bridges too. Okay, and then we can change here like a gateway. Because we have like a community account for our gateway, because if you have a community account, you don't need to use your individual account to log in or access our gateway. So that is a use for our group to test the gateway. Okay, so I'm going to use the community account and then execute. And you need to give the password. And then click OK. And you also can see how is this work going in this black window. And you can also see how's the job going, and to manage your job, use our website-based interface. So this one is our website-based interface of our gateway, and you can see this is the job we are just submitted and how is the status. The status show it is executing, and we can click it to get more detailed information. And you can see this is the site, the project name, and your account information, and which resource you are choosing to use, and the status is completed. Okay, and that is what you have uploading to the gateway is showing here. Okay, so the status say it is completed. Let's get back to our workflow. It is also that it's completed. Okay, and the result is also plot here. So that is the whole demo for our HPC modules. Thank you for listening. And do you have any problems or question here? Thank you.